So I just got back from seeing 1917 in theaters, and I gotta say, this movie was way better than I thought. I avoided all trailers and spoilers for this movie just because I wanted to go in with a raw and authentic experience, and I came out completely satisfied and even blown away at times. Like this movie was just so good. Some things that are extremely just memorable to me was number one, the camera work. The camera work in this movie had me guessing how they did it. Like, I don't oftentimes go, "Oh, how do they do this? How do they pull off this shot?" But in this movie, there are just scenes where the camera is moving around character to character seamlessly with almost no cuts. By the way, the cuts are not very obvious in this movie. You have to genuinely think very hard about where they cut because this whole movie is technically like one big long shot. There's very little cutting going on. So in these moments where the camera is moving around in all these interesting places, it's going over people's shoulders, it's going underneath people's shoes, it's going over water, and it all looks handheld. So you're left guessing, how did they get these beautiful shots? And the cinematography is great. There are constantly moments where the light goes dim and you see an explosion in the distance. It's World War One. It's horrible. It's dark. It's ugly. But it all is filmed so beautifully. And I cannot stress that enough, guys. You will get a pure visual experience going into this movie. And that's not to say that the plot or the characters are bad. There's some genuinely great acting as well. I don't remember all the actors' names, but I'll have to look that up after this video and put them right here in this segment. But please, guys, do yourself a favor and watch this movie. It is something that is very special to me when I see a movie like this. It makes me guess. It makes me search for more. It's amazing. I love it. Quickly wanted to touch on the sets. The sets in this movie are so fucking good. Like, there are moments where you're in the trenches with the soldiers and you're looking at everyone. They have their hats pulled down. They're scared. They're angry. They're sad. They're missing home. And the environment is so gritty and real. And it all feels so engaging to watch. There would be shells going over people's heads. Explosions everywhere. Dust is flying and hitting the camera and hitting the characters in the head. It all feels so nitty gritty and real. Especially when they were walking over no man's land. This story, by the way, in case you don't know, is about two soldiers who have to travel across no man's land, travel across enemy territory to deliver a message to their captain to call off an imminent attack that will turn out to be a trap against the British soldiers. So, I cannot stress this enough, guys. No man's land, the trenches, the city, the bombed out city, the flares in the sky. Everything looks so fucking amazing. I cannot stress that enough. It looks so good. I'm remembering it now. I just got home from the theaters, and I'm picturing these moments and watching them, and it filled me with this wonderful feeling of just a great film. And the two main characters of this movie have a great chemistry together, and it's not, I wouldn't say like a blast watching them risk their lives walking across no man's land, but it's certainly very engaging and interesting to watch. You get to see them trample over the barbed wire, investigate blown out bunkers, disarm traps. It's so fucking cool. If you're even remotely interested in World War One, I definitely suggest checking out this movie because you'll be able to sink your teeth into it and experience it firsthand, the horrors of war and the redemption that the main characters get along the way. It's so beautiful. Now, despite this being a movie about war and all the horrible things that happen in it, there are genuine moments of levity and calm. Like when the two main characters are talking to each other as they're on their way to their mission. It's so interesting to see these moments because the acting is so great. Fuck, man, I really wish I knew these guys' names because they did such a great job. Their chemistry is so beautiful. And I've been using all these flavor words when I talk about this movie, but it's all that comes to my mind. That's all. I'm genuinely serious when I talk about these things. It's actually how I feel. I think this movie is so good. I think it's something special. And when you reach the climax of the movie, all the events that happen up until then, the things you've seen, the things you've been with these characters, it gets into your head and you can't help but feel this rush of emotion once the movie reaches its credits. Of course, I don't want to spoil, I don't want to give anything away, but I don't normally cry at movies, and I didn't cry at this movie, but I was kind of close. I really felt like a welling up in my chest of just, oh man, like, that is my call to you. Please see this movie. I just randomly turned on my webcam just to talk about it because I felt so strongly about it. I saw a great movie in theaters. Please go see it. Please go see this movie. And if you've already seen 1917, tell me what you thought in the comments below, and I'll be sure to reply to each and every one of you. I appreciate it so much. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you later.